I bought the tickets. Epic Center in Green Bay on the shirt has a lot of great bands coming up. From Ashes to New, I'd love to see them. Mushroom Head would be cool. Gin Blossoms, holy cow. Anywhere you go, I'll follow you down. That's music from high school. But the economy's down. Can't afford to go to every concert I want to go to. And that's the extent of politics today. If you want to see the other political coverage, I got a whole channel for you. But today I want to talk about Blue October, a band that means so much to me. I created a bucket list of bands I haven't seen yet. And so Bad Omens is probably at the top, but Blue October is way up there. I remember the first time I heard Blue October, Calling You. I'm about to start my 19th year of teaching, and Calling You was the song that I assigned to my first girlfriend at this teaching spot 18 years ago. She only lasted for 6 weeks. She moved away. All's well that ends well. But when I think of Blue October, when I hear Calling You, I still think of my first year as a teacher. Then a couple years later, Hate Me came out. And everyone said, Hate Me, have you heard that song from this new band, Blue October? I said, nah, they're not new. They had one song before this. But Hate Me is unfreaking real. I'm a functioning alcoholic. 20 years. High functioning. Teacher, highly effective. My classes beat the state average on their standardized test scores. Not by much, but they do. Coach 2 sports. I'm an attentive father and a husband. Volunteer at church. But if I have one, I have 8. And it's a problem. So Hate Me really resonated, you know? And a mother's love will know I can disguise it from all kinds of people, but I can't disguise it from Mom. And Mom started warning me early. She said, alcoholism runs through both sides of your family. It would break my heart if you were alcoholic. Your dad is, my dad is. It's not worth it. It can cost you everything. And that was always her worry. And I thought, well, then I'll drive so fucking far away, I never cross your mind. Do whatever it takes in your heart to leave me behind. And that didn't happen. My mom was always by my side. But she was always worried. And so fast forward 5 or 6 years, I was married, had a son, bought a house, starting my American dream, and I heard Home. And after Hate Me, I had done a little bit of a dive into Justin and his bio. And it was so cool to see that Hate Me so you can finally see what's good for you. Grew up over 6 years, and the only care in the world is that our kids are all right. I did something similar. I went from being an angry, drunk in public to a father and a more mellowed out. But Home was really special. I think I cried when I watched that video, and then I went and grabbed my son and I danced to it with him, and I told my first wife we should dance in the kitchen to this new song. Remember that song, Hate Me Today? Complete redemption, just like me. And then Home led me to Fear. Fear in itself will chew you up and spit you out. I've wanted to do BirdDogPolitics podcast, YouTube channel, whatever it is. I've felt creative for years and years and years, but fear. It took till this year for me to start this channel, to start telling my stories because of fear. So I get that. My first marriage ended. I hope you're happy, even if you're not mine. All's well that ends well. Fast forward, 2025. I bought 2 tickets to Blue October. So excited. I told my wife, put it in the budget, and she said, yes, of course. But that second ticket isn't for my wife. The second ticket is for my baby sister. She's 19 years younger than me. My dad and my stepmom had a baby. And when I was 19, I was angry about that. And so I said, all right, sounds good. Headed down to college. And even after our dad, was killed by a drunk driver, my baby sister was 2 years old. I went to the funeral, I said, that poor baby. And then I left. And for 19 years, I was an absent older brother when my sister probably could have used someone like me, flaws and all. But moved away, got my job, got married, got divorced. And my middle sister introduced me to a young woman who was one of her best friends. And this young woman is also best friends with my baby sister. We're getting married in September. We have a baby due next week, one way or another. My sister's back in my life, thanks to the love of a beautiful woman. My family is complete. And even though I wasn't there to inspire my baby sister's music taste, when I posted on my Facebook, Blue October is coming to the Epic Center. This is a bucket list band. I will not miss this show. My baby sister said, sounds like a date. And maybe she just wanted the ticket, but I bought the ticket. She's coming with me. And we start the healing. And Blue October is a huge part of that. Our dad, when I was young, mid-80s, he had Heart, the self-titled cassette tape. On repeat, I don't know, play one side, hit eject, flip it over, press it back in, press play. Heart self-titled and Heart Bad Animals. End to end, driving through the Northwoods. I don't remember tons about my dad, but I do remember that. When he died, everyone told me how much he loved Bob Seger. And so I took a deep dive into the Bob Seger catalog. I love Fire Lake, Against the Wind, that piano solo. And he did one of the reunion tours. I drove 500 miles each way to see Bob Seger with my first wife at the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. Probably could touch the ceiling from the nosebleeds we were in. It was $250 and Bob Seger was aging. But it was so special. It was so, so special. I should go back into that. It's that song that blends right into the next song. He played it right before the intermission. That was my favorite part. I'll have to go back. Man, my memory fails me. But Bob Seger and Heart and my baby sister and my dad are all kind of coming together at this Blue October concert. And it's going to be a pain. I'm going to have to drive, what did I figure out, 200 miles each way on a school night. So I'll leave school at 3:30, drive 200 miles down to the Epic Center. Last time I did that, Sleep Theory was already halfway through Fallout. And I love that song. But we caught All of Nothing More. And we left after Magnetic by Wage War because my pregnant wife was not doing well in the Nothing More concert. We try to get second, third row. Blue October, I think we're 7th row. But those are chairs, so that'll be nice. And just a sing-along. And then after that concert, I got to drive 125 miles home. Get home at midnight, up at 5 a.m. to go back to work for Halloween. Because I cannot put a substitute teacher into my classroom on Halloween. because I went to Blue October at the Epic Center. But this concert means so much to me. And whatever the cost, whatever the price, whatever the sacrifice is, I'm going. I have to see Blue October. They've done so much for me. And quick update. Last year at the City Summer Festival, I was having a great time. The parade was at 9 a.m. Left the parade and got some Mike's Harder lemonades. Those are breakfast, right? And then I went down to the park where the festival was. And for $2, you get a beer in a plastic cup. And when you're 21, 22, 23, you just make a stack. Cup, 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 cup. And you walk around with a stack. And that's how the lion cubs assert their dominance. Because they don't know yet. But I was 41 and I played that game with those boys. And I had one hell of a stack of cups. And so by the end of the night, when it was time for the Italians to play the Swedes in an old man softball game, I told my kid, go grab your little buddy, tell him he can sit on the tailgate with us. We're in the outfield. So my kid went down to the campgrounds to try to grab his best friend. He came back alone. He said, he's not allowed to come up here. My dad's an alcoholic. The one thing that always tore us apart is the one thing I won't touch again. I've been sober for 55 weeks. No one will ever tell my child that he has an alcoholic father ever again. I'm driving down to Blue October sober. In October. Blue October in October sober. I'm so excited. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, everyone else. I'm always fascinated by the what's a band and what's a front man. Brent Smith doesn't like to do things without Shinedown. He won't do magazine covers by himself. Caleb is Beartooth. Wolfgang is Mammoth. I put a lot of Justin into Blue October just because Justin will also tour solo. But I am so thankful for Blue October's music. And check it out. You know, I only went through the radio singles. Oh, I forgot to say, oh my. I saw the music video before I listened to the album version of Oh My. I thought it was all played on children's toys. Was that inspired by Jimmy Fallon? I love that video too. Blue October music videos and music and everything. I cannot wait. It's so important to me. So thank you to all those guys. I cannot wait. October 30th, I'll be there, 7th row. Peace. I started a political YouTube channel because I'm worried about this country. When I hear that 60% of us agree on things, but the politicians won't do it, I'm trying to build a community. I'm trying to build a coalition so that Bird Dog, if anyone says Bird Dog in any context, it'll bring about political discussion or Blue October or football. I'm going to record a church episode. Stick around, see what you like. I did some short form things with some aviators on. I don't like that. That's not me. But I wanted to give it a try. Thank you for your consideration. God bless Blue October and America and the Northwoods and my little sister. See you soon.